Who'd the happiest bird be? Ooh, play the dichotomy game, switch to the other side of the scale. Interesting. But my initial thought, I think hen Stefani. It's about time we throwed some respect on the pop queens of the of pop cultural history, right? So let's hop into it here. If there's any background and deity combination that people would like to see, definitely shout out now. It's the best opportunity to get it shown, and always happy to try our best to deal with whatever all of you lovely folk throw our way. So let's select Tengu, get ready to hop into it. Potentially, now is actually a pretty decent time. Try Tengu, Cinder, Acolyte, and Trunk. I'm so excited. So February, I'm assuming if there's going to be the 0.28 tournament, that's the release tournament, I would assume. At least that's how it goes in my experience. I'm so excited for Cinder Acolyte, though. I've heard so many good things, and I really like the idea of... I mean, no wonder you've fallen from existence in the Pantheon. If I can never remember your name, I'm guessing you don't get a lot of worship by your non-acolytes, hey? I'm thinking of the new deity that was added that the Cinder Acolytes follow. But yeah, very excited to try it out. I think it'll be a lot of fun. Cinder Acolyte is for, or Acolyte? Why do I keep saying Acolyte? Is for when you've died in the early game one too many times in a row now. Nice, yeah, and Ignis, thank you. In my head, I'm like, I know it's synonymous with fire. It's something that's like the Latin root for a fire or something, but all I can think is cinder, which I know is wrong. But I think I agree with Sapid here. I think we will go with Caster and just try to actually get some success in the later part of the game, actually have the slaying power at a distance, so we're not just constantly putting ourselves in harm's way in each and every situation, though it might help if I just remember to switch around my rings. I'm not living that one down for a while, at least not in my own head. But regardless of that, I'm actually going to take this as an opportunity to take a quick 30-second break. I'm going to run out, grab a refill for my drink, also run and grab my wedding ring because I took it off, left it somewhere around the house. So I think it's just on the counter in the kitchen over there. And then we'll be hopping in with, hopefully, the last Tengu. Would be nice, wouldn't it? So last minute call for any specific spellcaster background. I'm thinking we'll be going Fire Elementalist or Venom Mage, potentially Conjurer. We tried it once before, didn't really get the opportunity to get off the ground, but it's such a strong background. Of course, I leave it up to the judgment of all of you lovely folks, and I'll be right back to hop into it here. See you in a sec. Wow. Let's try it out. What you think, Toxic Bird? Partial to Conjure? Be like a little variation as well? Me too. That's why I outsource all my decision making to all of you, because I absolutely love just getting a little bit of a different flavor of the week. You're playing a Cat Berserker in 0.27 as part of your deal with the devil. It's been easier than you expected, also funnier than you expected, but still significantly worse than playing literally anything other than a cat. Yeah, Field Berserkers I used to absolutely adore playing. Never won with one back in the day, but definitely had fun with it. Appreciated the mental image of just an absolutely enraged cat just bristling, arched back the entire time going through the dungeon. But okie dokie. Let us, I guess, go with Toxic Bird. I like the sound of that. It's something a little bit different from what I'm used to in the past. And oh boy, do I like Olgreb's Toxic Radiation. Such a strong spell. So, with that out of the way, let's do it. And let's... I guess, I'm sorry, Gwen Stefani, don't take any offense to the fact that I named my Toxic Bird after you. Really, no slight meant by it. But okie dokie, let's do it. Also heavily armored with a feline. That's incredible. 2 times Ring of Protection, Bone Plates for extra shield, Robust 1, Cat Juggernaut, I'll say, holy moly. Much better than you generally expect with that background for sure. But let's do stuff a little bit out of order today. We'll start with the quick character dump. Oh geez, I was not set up for this today. Shows how much faith I had in the Angry Bird to actually make it through, that I didn't even set up a backup strategy in case things went horribly wrong. But we definitely want to pop in here real quick, steal the seed from our morgue, just in case there's anybody playing along with us at home who wants to test out their own mettle against what the dungeon has in store for us. Always a fun idea that I like to leave available for all of you lovely individuals out there. Perfect. Get that new seed up. Open our skills here. Immediately we'll start training poison magic up because I do want OTR castable as soon as we hit the level for it. Spellcasting can come up to 9, and poison magic pretty much keep going forever, but we'll start at 12 and see how that goes. Last but not least, settle all of our usual inventory shenanigans here, and with that out of the way, let's hop into it. 'Tis time now to once and for all prove that birds can make it through the dungeon in one piece. I recently, my partner found a post that was somebody, I think on TikTok, somebody was talking about their D&D character, and it's a little penguin berserker, I believe, which is an absolutely fantastic imagery, but it's really made her want to play as a flightless bird in a D&D campaign, specifically so she can proudly declare that you've just triggered my flight or my fight or flight response, and I am a flightless bird, which I thought was incredibly fantastic. Oh boy, that endoplasm almost ending our run in its infancy here before we even got the opportunity to take off, but we managed to get through in one piece, so that is solid. Let's hop back into the swing of things here. Ring of Willpower being our first pickup of the game is very interesting. Please just let my stings hit. Sir, my Tengu is very sick. Okay, bat down, that's a start. Kobold down. We've done it. Incredible, it's a miracle. Let's do a quick remembrance. Let's regain an understanding of exactly what we have at our disposal here. Poisonous vapors, of course, being very quickly something that we want to get our hands on. Character designed around a cheesy one-liner is perfect. I couldn't agree more. One of my recent D&D characters was a bard, and the entire gimmick of it was that he was like the dadliest of all bards, so it was just constant puns. His jokes that like made people break out in magical laughter were unbearably painful, and bardic inspiration was just me giving like thumbs up and saying, "You got this, kiddo. I believe in you." And I found it absolutely fantastic the entire way through. There's so much room for just silliness in D&D campaigns. That's why I've definitely been drawn to them myself as of late. So many character ideas, not nearly enough time to actually play through with any of them, unfortunately. And exactly, save it here to chew bubblegum and kick ass and all out of bubblegum. The kind of attitude you respect in your adventuring party, to say the least. Well, friend, we managed to get the poison off through your resistance, which is absolutely fantastic. And not too shabby of a start here. We even find ourselves with both a dagger venom and potentially an electric whip. Huh. I think for the time being, we kind of just have to carry around both of those. The whip is going to be absolutely lovely for giving us some source of damage beyond the elemental restraints of our background here to start off with, because usually running into a poison resistant enemy in the early game is an absolute death sentence. But maybe, just maybe, with an electric branded whip, we have an opportunity to fight our way through the madness. At least that's what I like to tell myself. Give ourselves some hope here as we move forward. There we go. Not a bad start, all things considered. Perfect. Wanderer background gets huge buff. Good for my gambling addiction. That is true. I feel like I always talk about the various phases that that I've been through over the course of my time playing DCSS, but yet another one, if you would believe it, was Wanderer. There was a solid section of time where every single run that I started was the Wanderer background, and I think it very much had a little something to do with what you imply there, Colgate. My addictive side of my personality just couldn't help but roll the dice and see what we get, especially since I was desperately trying to get really interesting and fun hybrid combinations. At the time, I think Scald was still around. That might have been Crusader days even. And Crusader was okay. Usually played it on like a merfolk or something because I like that thematically, but otherwise it was just all Wanderer trying to get something like fire magic and melee skills just to get that dream ideal character off the ground and have a bit of fun with it. Haven't tried New Wanderer, heard it's pretty good now. What changed? What did they made it more consistent. So starting items and skills are related now instead of just being a random assortment of things. Cool, so it has a little bit more of a purposeful thrust to it while still being that same random that I love and crave. I like that, it seems fun. Endoplasm through a glass wall, always a little bit of a pain in the butt when the game is telling me that I'm in danger, but I know I'm not, friend. There we go, just about. Not quite through with E2 here, but on the cusp, to say the least. Saw Shrine of Uskaya, which I actually was partially tempted to try out here. Excuse me, friend? You shot me a minute ago. Can you please at least acknowledge my existence? If you're gonna try and kill me and shoot me in the gut like a coward, at least look me in the face while you do it. Jeez Louise. And we get transmutation book that's not fantastic, unfortunately. Not exactly what we were hoping and dreaming for, but it might just be the tip of the iceberg, a start of something new. Feels so right to be here with you. And now that we're through another floor of the dungeon, it's definitely time that we actually open up our spell book and do a little bit of planning for the future. Let's get Poisonous Vapors online. Pretty fantastic spell, especially once we hit level 5 and get the extra little bit of move speed. Goes a long way there. Well, my friends. Don't really want to fight the adder. I think I don't have too much of a chance. You're going to catch up to me, unfortunately. So, Just have to do some poisonous vapors for guaranteed hits. Finish off with some poison. Not too shabby. Spider form? That's true, I did just discount it right off the bat. But the one nice thing about spider form... Oh, wait a second. No, spider form does not give us poison resistance. Quite the opposite, actually, right? Right. Whoops. Just gain a bunch of evasion and a poisonous bite. So you have to be slightly cautious not to have it active against the wrong type of enemy, but could definitely see ourselves using it in the future. Just poisonous vapors against this son of a gun so we don't have to deal with them whatsoever. Fantastic. In fact, 2 poisonous vapors seem to do the trick. We unfortunately failed one there, but otherwise it is generally applicable. There we go. Get a little bit more poison and run away. No, you don't know, it's no good. In my experience, it's not been great. I mean, if you're desperate for some level of offensive power, like a transmutation start has such a lack of firepower in a lot of ways now that Sticks to Snakes is no longer in the game. And so in that situation, I feel like it's generally pretty helpful. For sure. That was pain that hit us, I'm guessing? You are hasted. Which means you will be able, and you have a dagger of speed? What the heck? Okay, that's a bad combination for us. You're most likely lethally poisoned. So that's good. If I want to try and survive 1 turn in melee combat with you, I think I Curari. Let's at least see our odds of hitting. Let's go to our quiver here. 57% chance to hit, and we'll get the slow effect. Very Amonka, yeah. Unfortunately, what a way to start out a run, eh? Immediately throwing ourselves into the fire here. Oh my gosh, don't blink next to me. That's not allowed. You can't do that, right? Teacher, I don't think Jessica can do that. Well, I'll swing once rather. They do manage to take you out. Terrence is on their way as well, so let's just get the heck out of there. Let's read about the New Wanderer. New Wanderer first assigns equipment that's weighted to fit specific or species aptitudes, and then skills and stats based on equipment. Oh, interesting. So it is predetermined a little bit by species choice. Huh. I'm gonna have to fool around with that for sure. That's very fun. But as for our current predicament here, let's just head to another stairwell. If I can just reset, then I'm happy to fight against Terrence. We also got the level up where we get our wings here, so we have slightly better speed than this son of a gun, as long as they don't have a wand, which fortunately not this time. I guess that was not Terrence but Edmund last time that essentially shot us out of the air with a flame wand at their disposal. Wasn't great. There we go. Not too bad here. Should also quickly change my quiver back to Sting before I accidentally mulch some Curari darts in an unuseful capacity. Not too bad. And hopefully we get through the next little part of the dungeon, because we are getting awfully close to Olgrub's Toxic Radiance, in which case we'll see a decent little tick in regards to our overall survivability. I'm keeping away from the Guardian Necklace for now, or the Guardian Spirit rather, because I don't want to lose magic when we're just on the cusp of being able to murder somebody. Should have also backstabbed there instead of starting with a spell, but all is well that ends well. Is this Zin? It is Zin. Fantastic. Slowly but surely actually getting to the point where I recognize, thanks to last time when I couldn't remember Zin versus Ellie until they were right in front of me. Ooh, and jelly is not what you want to see here. Genie Wanderer Faded Altar for maximum slot machine experience. Sounds like fun to me. Just every single probability-based thing all at once. I mean, I do love Genie for that reason alone, so one of these days I will have to do the true random. I guess the only issue is, do you go Wanderer? Or do you go, is an Abyssal Knight, or not an Abyssal Knight, Chaos Knight? Is a Chaos Knight more or less random than a Genie Wanderer who follows the Fated Altar? I mean, if you get Zom off the Fated Altar, then you have the dream run. Just quit while you're ahead, it's never getting any better than that. As for where we are here in-game, we can start by throwing some stones at this son of a gun. We do manage to take them out, fantastic. Probably took a little bit longer frozen with uncertainty there than was whatsoever necessary, but hey, better safe than sorry. As we have learned the hard way already, just today really, not even taking into account the various runs that we've done over the years. Just today we've learned that we need to throw a little bit of extra caution into the machinations here, or the machinations. +9 Hunting Sling of Law. Venom, resist poison, cold resistance, dex +2. Fly, totally useless, doesn't matter. Please, game, I do that on my own. No assistance necessary, but otherwise, that's an interesting pickup for us. At the very least, highlight it. It might be slightly too expensive to work out, just because we already get to a stage in the game where we no longer have any need whatsoever to buy it, then that's a shame too bad, but we'll keep an eye on it for the future. Hate that. Hate that. Getting Zin from Fated Altar would be ironic. Pure chaos from the deity who absolutely abhors anything of the sort. We have the electric whip. Yeah, you're not electric resistant. That's probably the word I was going for. Fantastic, and we do in fact manage to take them out in short order. I should actually do a quick swap. Put the short sword on A, let's put the whip on B. And that allows us to quickly switch between the two. Get a little bit of necromancy under the belt, which again is not something I'm too interested in, unfortunately. But here we go. This is where Poison Vapors truly gets its chance to shine. We're just going to keep this son of a gun poisoned up while we run around in circles. Fantastic. And there we go. Gain access to the Economical Temple. I guess we didn't have any shoutouts in chat here today for what deity we'd like to see, which means I could try my best to come up with a decision in a relatively timely manner. Or, if anyone has some last minute callouts, we have our selections available here. I'm probably leaning towards, I mean, Ashen Zari wouldn't be too bad, I do love them. Gozeg, classic. Always like me some Gozeg. What else? Vehemut was the other one that I thought of as we passed by the shrine there. And we have one vote for Hep and one for Gozeg, so I'm going to leave it up. If anyone wants to be the tiebreaker, definitely pop in now. I'm going to give it 10 seconds while I quickly grab a coin, because otherwise, I'm doing this the old-fashioned way. We're going to flip a coin. It's going to be Hep, it's going to be Gozeg. One of the two, regardless, it's going to be a victory, right? So I got my 50 pence coin here. My favorite coin for flipping, by the way, UK 50 pence coin. They have a really nice ringing to them. I don't think the mic picks it up. Definitely not. Which is a shame too bad. I swear, you're missing out on something truly beautiful. I like coins that sing as they spin. Alright, there we go. We have Safed with the tiebreaker. Gotta be daddy big bucks over here. Which, hey, I can't complain too much, especially now that I've heard that Gozeg is being nerfed when Trunk comes to main branch. How could I not? It sounds good to me. Take that as the tiebreaker here. And let's start worshipping. Never did get a great opportunity on Tengu and Cash was supposed to be our Gozeg attempt, and unfortunately piloted that one just straight into the ground. So it'll be nice to give Gozeg another shot to carry us completely and totally to victory. +2 robe of willpower. I'll immediately swap to. Ooh, it matches our cloak. That's a good indication. Gloves kind of clash a little bit now, but that's fine. We've had better, we've had worse. Regardless, we'll be happy with whatever we've got. Shadow Imp, I'm guessing, is poison resistant. Indeed, does seem to be the case here, so we'll just quickly slap you around with our electric whip. Remember, no turn off gold from auto pickup. Definitely try our best not to. We need that as much as possible. I guess sometimes I get a little lax with that in the Abyss towards the late part of the game, but needless to say, I want all the gold we can possibly get that potion petition cranking. This is a bad combination of enemies. Goes Egg, why have you forsaken me? The water moccasin is the truly rough part. Menkar, we can at least just kind of run away from. Oh, the torment hits the snake. I think we have to try and capitalize on this if possible. 53% chance. Beautiful. Then Menkar can't actually kill us from a distance. Can only bring us closer to a state of death or undeath if they had it their way, I'm sure. But there we go. Were all 3 stairways in this one little area? They were indeed. Not sure how I feel about that overall. That should be okay. Usually turn it back on after clearing level because it's useful on ground. Oh, definitely. I mean, so our auto pickup got turned off when we saw the Sky Beast, but fortunately it does turn back on its own. Otherwise, I would be very liable to forget on my side of things, to say the least. But always appreciate the callouts for when I might have potentially forgotten something, because, as mentioned, there's a decent likelihood that I did in fact do just that. Okay, Duvessa, I'm just going to poison you and run away. Normally I like killing your brother first. Slightly more manageable to just deal with a rampaging berserker rather than somebody with the power of the elements at their disposal, but we'll do what we must. Throw Icicle for 3d11. No, thank you. Oh, and you haste. Oh, I forgot that you hasted, actually. So this was a bad decision on my part. Probably should have started with the Curari. Nope. That's not going to work. So, turns out we're actually going to do a slow but steady decline to our grave, of course. Hey, Star Polemic. Hope you're having a great day. Do I play chess? Not very well. I know how to play. I've enjoyed playing quite a bit in the past. When it was really kind of popping off on the Twitch side of things, I did end up signing up for chess.com and really enjoying it. I think... Did I ever end up buying a subscription? I think I did for a little bit. And I really like the puzzles that are available there, because they're fun little brain teasers that don't require a huge understanding of all the variations of builds that people can do, but I do really enjoy chess. I just don't think I'm very good at it, is the main thing. From your experience with this community, every DCSS player has tried chess at least once. Makes sense. Turn-based strategy is just is quite the thing for sure. Okay, what can I do with Dowan? Do you die with a Wand of Acid? Potentially, but not likely. So I'd hope that you blink. If you throw Icicle or Stone Arrow, I think I'm just ready to die, if that is the case. We got a Staff of Poison. Oh, that's kind of nice. The alternative here is that we could actually put on our Staff of Cold. This probably gives us cold resistance, right? It does. In which case, 3d8 can kill us, but potentially doesn't. Or 33 So this would be like 16.5 max damage, so that couldn't kill us, which would be very nice. I'm gonna swap to this. Acid Blast ya. And for the win. Fantastic. Managed to take out Dowen. Slightly sketchier than I originally intended here, but not too shabby overall. And let's just reap the benefits from having survived such a horrifying predicament here. Absolutely love to see it. But I really should, on that note, start playing. I should get back into chess at some point. Just the other day I logged on to chess.com and I just played a quick game against like one of the adaptive AIs. And I had fun, again, for sure. I managed to win, but that's not saying much because I think it was just at its base state of like 600 score or whatever it is. So still a win in my book, but I would like to think that I'm a decent level above that in terms of ELO, though I have no real reason to believe so. I think I'm good in the situational aspects, so if I just cold turkey look at a board, like the puzzles kind of force you to do, I think I'd do pretty well, but my knowledge of specific strategies and overall theory, I guess is the word I was actually going for, is not great. Though the only real way to get better at that is, I would imagine, to just play a lot. You can read too, I guess. Churn your way through a series of chess books, but I think at least for myself, I'd probably be best suited. Mankar, please stop popping out of the woodwork everywhere that's least convenient for me. Slowly but surely making our way towards the stairs here. If I can keep poisoning some gnolls while I'm at it, don't mind if I do. But not a whole lot we can do against this mummy lord themselves. So let's run up and heal. Let's maybe rethink this, because the only way we could fight is with our electric whip. We'd have to get up close, and then we'd probably just have to hit like 3 or 4 times. We'd be in it. You hit for 25 damage. So unfortunately, one symbol of torment and one bad hit is all it takes to finish us off. Dumb, indeed. Well, no time like the present. I guess we could use Wand of Acid, even though I kind of hate... Oh, we got Wand of Flame, never mind. One of the few ways to successfully take out Mankar, thanks to their susceptibility to flame. Fantastic. I don't actually know when we picked that up. Wasn't paying close enough attention, apparently. But here's our first real opportunity for some OTR. Let's just quickly stack up the poison as fast as we can on all these sons of guns. In fact, I wouldn't mind adding some Curari to the Brigand. There we go. And it's a fool's gambit to chase us, friend, especially now that we just radiate toxicity at every opportunity. Fantastic. +5 Trident to Venom. Okay, that's my new weapon of choice. Let's plop that into our inventory under A. Fantastic. Hello, Sif. Nice to see you. Not today in terms of worship. Fortunately, unfortunately, not sure where to classify that. Though I know where many of my viewers would. And we're just about at the point where we can cast Potion Petition, which is where everything finally changes for us here. Gives us a nice level of comfortability. Really nice early game weapon. Agreed. Absolutely fantastic. Of course, we immediately run into multiple enemies that it's completely, not useless necessarily, but less effective against. It's still +5. That's huge. At this stage in the game, let's not discount that too much. But Still probably will use our electric whip against non-susceptible foes. That is fine by me, and weapon store too, hey? I mean, okay, nothing but trash in it. Good, bad, not sure how to rank that. At least it's not a temptation. Oh my gosh, there we go. So satisfying each and every time. I shouldn't use OTR against single targets. That's somewhere where I should definitely be slapping down the poisonous vapors instead. Much more mana efficient, rather, for sure. And in fact, this is another situation that warrants that exact line of thought, because of course the ogre there does not, or I guess the slime does not care about the poison. The ogre definitely does. That's how they died, fortunately for us. But there we go. We're getting a decent ways up here along an experience. We'll probably start cross-training a few different ways here. Mephitic Cloud is really nice to have. Being able to confuse enemies can be a game changer for sure, especially if we get poison resistance and can just blow it up point blank. Use it as a little bit of a way to prevent enemy clouds from forming as well, depending on what we come up against. Could be nice. You know what, while we have all these spell levels, I think I will. Won't worry too much about the training side of things, even if it's just castable. That's good enough for me for now, at least. Also, why am I walking towards you? Yep. That's why I don't know why I was walking towards you, friend. Well, if you're looking for the day that we recover from my own crippling level of stupidity, not today. Ooh, what we should actually do, I just need one more turn. Take off Slain, put on Protection from Fire, and there we go. Now the Steam Ball does a heck of a lot less damage to us. We still have to survive. Let's see, when it hits, does it still hit that hard? No, it's at least halved. I know at least the steam itself won't hurt us nearly as badly with even a single pip of fire resistance. That's huge. Should have put that on the instant we saw the Steam Dragon. As is, I think I'm actually going to Potion Petition just to play it safe here, because I really want some heals. And now we can just kind of hang out in the Steam to no real detriment on our end. Lack of sightlines is kind of annoying when I'm trying to irradiate all these sons of guns, but is what it is, I guess. Can't complain too much. There we go. Not too shabby. What would I say is the easiest Spriggan to win? I think that that's a very tough one. I think largely it comes down to your own personal playstyle, because at the end of the day, you're always going to be struggling with the main core struggle, or core issue rather, that is your overall hit points. Being able to use speed is nice, so that's why something like Venom Mage that we're playing right now is really beautiful in the early game, because you're just going to be constantly doing this exact thing. Poisonous Vapors, kite, kite, kite. Poisonous Vapors, kite, kite, kite. There's your formula to just rinse and repeat. Almost got trapped as we were trying to show off and be all cool with our strategy there. But in general, I would recommend Spellcasters if you are comfortable playing them, because you can take advantage of your kiting. Any kind of ranged start is nice. Like Brigand is not a bad start either for background, because you get the Curari darts and the throwing skill to really do some work. Also, I should not have used my Curari darts there, speaking of. Whoops. Let's swap our autocast over to OTR, since that will be a core component of our strategy for the next bit here. I feel like with recent updates, things can go really bad for Spriggan melee starts, even Enchanted Brigand. Definitely. You know, if you're going the Brigand side, I would recommend just going for pure throwing and making sure that, I mean, if you get decent amount of rocks, especially if you get poison darts early, you're essentially trying to do the same thing as the Venom Mage, just with throwing instead of casting. But you definitely have the right idea there. With most of the melee starts are just going to be truly pains in the rear to try and keep alive. Because the main issue with Spriggan is just staying alive for the first few floors of the level. And I would say that that's probably the one place where spellcasters start to really overshadow the melee, is even past the survival. You want to use that as a good opportunity to get strong enough that you can just be blasting everything out of existence by the time it gets to where like crystal spheres are going to be one-shotting you. But no matter what, you're going to be struggling. I was shocked as all get out that I managed to get a win with our first try on Spriggan, because I expected that to take an eternity of resets and restarts. Let's buy 1 noise and 1 ID. I guess a few of these other ones are pretty cheap, hey? Might as well save us some trouble. I'm actually going to buy blinking so that we definitely have those ID'd as soon as possible. Fantastic.